Hi, guys. We are back for another episode of the Make Your Wish podcast. We are so excited that you're here and locked in with us. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Always, we love to hear like your thoughts on what we're saying, or like even if you don't just agree with us, like it's fine.
No
All right.
engagement's bad engagement.
Yeah, we love it all. So yeah, let's jump right in to question time. Our last episode, if you missed it, was so good. Make sure you jump on. We just talked about goal setting and kind of like what it takes to actually achieve your goals and like what it takes to actually like be consistent in them, which is so important, I think, especially to me and Erica. But yeah, today we are going to talk about seasons. So, what kind of season you're in, where you're at, whether it's good or bad, and kind of like how to help your mentality while you're in them. So let's jump into question time first. My girl Erica always comes with it, so she's gonna start.
Okay, cool. So let's jump into it. Desiree, if you got arrested, what would your friends think it's for?
My friends or my family or both?
Yeah, we're gonna do both.
Okay. Okay, so my friends, I think it would be, dang, what would they think I got arrested for? What would you guys think? I don't know. I feel like maybe like public intoxication. I don't know. What do you think? You have to tell me. Like,
I don't know. That's a
crazy.
good question. I should have thought about that before I even asked you.
Yeah, like
Desiree. I would probably go with the public intoxication. I mean, it wouldn't happen. It's not likely at all,
not like
but I
guys.
don't know. That's the only like crazy thing I could see you getting arrested for. Like,
Because I party hard when I,
yeah,
but
exactly,
not like hard, like getting arrested hard. It's just like we have fun and we stay out. But
exactly.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't
Okay.
know. That would be yeah.
I think my family, to be honest, would think that too because I like pranked my dad. Remember when it was like
Uh,
funny to do like the recording, like you have a call from an inmate. Blah, blah. I pranked
Yeah,
my dad, and it was hilarious. We still like watch the video all the time. But I was like, Dad, I'm a really good actor, like crazy good, like crazy good. But yeah, I was like, Dad, like I got arrested, like I was just drunk. I don't know. He was like, Desi. He literally, like, he was in Moorhead and I was in Lexington. And he literally got out of the bed. It was like 10, 11 p.m. at night. He got out of his bed, got in his car, and started driving. And then that's when I was like, it's a prank. And he was so mad, but
I bet he was.
it's very believable.
That's so hilarious. That's so hilarious.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so. I think so. Promise, Faith, Christopher, Cameron, Daryl, Mom, Dad. If you guys are watching, tell me what you guys think though, like would be why I would get arrested, and all my friends too. Like I need to know what you guys would think because maybe I'm not thinking of it.
Yeah, I can't think of that's the only thing I could think of too. But I mean, like I said, the chances of that happening is slim. So
Yeah, yeah. In
yeah.
Jesus. Okay, to answer that question too, like what do you think your parents would what do you think that would be for your parents? And then what do you think it would be for like your friend group?
For my family, like I feel like maybe like they like this is slim to none too, but like maybe just maybe I got into like an altercation in public.
Okay,
Like this is what I'm thinking. It's like
okay.
a lot of times like I like if it just depends on the day and how my hormones are set up. But if you like do
I'm
something
crying.
shisty to me, whether it's like in traffic or if I hold a door open for you and you don't hold it back or you look at me crazy, like it something could potentially happen there. So I would say that like around road rage or anything like that, because if you've ever been to St. Louis, you know like the people like they drive so crazy and then like they won't even let you onto an intersection. They would rather you die than you get on the intersection. No, that's how they are for real. Like that they're just so rude. So a lot of times, like we'll be going back and forth. They'll like stick their middle finger out. So I have to pull up next to them and be like, "Pull over! You won't pull over."
Erica, not you. I have to pull up. No, you
Yes, because like who are you sticking your middle finger out at? And most of the time, yeah, let's just say that.
don't.
But anyways, I mean, I know that I can't fight in general. So like I've never even been in a fight.
Same.
But like don't mess with me. Like
Yeah,
you're not, yeah. So I think that's what my family would think. My friend,
so funny. we both have that, like, attitude that will come out, like, but same. I've never been in a fight either, but I'm telling you, like,
Yeah.
try me. It's so funny because my family was, like, on a group chat, like, 2 days ago, and I was like, "I've never been
Mhm.
in a fight, but I can't wait till somebody tries me," like,
Mhm.
and they were like, "Desiree, no, like, you can wait, like, you're not gonna get in a fight." I'm like, "I can't."
Yes. No, I'm like, I mean, not that I want to fight, but like, you're gonna respect me. Like, don't be rude.
Same.
Like, do not be rude. But yeah, my friends, I don't know. What would you think I got arrested for?
That is really hard. Um, Erica, you're just, like, so chill. Like, your
Like, you
attitude does
can't.
come out, but it's not like
Yeah.
you'll just, like, walk away before you, like, blow up, I think, to friends.
Yeah. No, that's normally me. Yeah.
Um,
But
let me think, like, what are all the reasons for arrest? Oh, okay, I would think, like, domestic violence, and,
what?
like,
That's right. What?
I feel like
I can't.
it
I
would be
can't.
like you like, man just, like, pissed you off, and you just did what you had to do. But you didn't hurt him, but, like, people were, like, upset, so they called or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. I was
I
actually just thought about something for both of us.
yeah,
We a thing that we could, I mean, it's kind of along the lines of intoxication, but remember when we were at Broccoli City Festival and we like
like, don't
went
sing.
through
Okay, go, go,
Guys,
go.
we like basically almost snuck on stage. Like we were
Oh,
like we had the
yeah!
best experience ever. And like that's something that someone would have got arrested for.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've actually had probably many of those moments where we were in places that we probably shouldn't have been, but, like, it was
Yeah.
just the
Or
cards.
we just I mean, not that we didn't pay for things that we I don't know, know, because 'Cause we've
Right.
also, like, just walked in football
It's just
games and stuff,
wonder,
like
yeah. We just wonder, like, if the vibes are there,
Yes.
we just wonder, and it's not our
Yep.
fault we get in. So,
Exactly. But yeah.
okay, good questions, those are good. Yeah, that's my question for you too, so
Okay, that works.
okay, let's get into
Okay.
it. Okay, so I'll kind of tell you guys where this sparked from. So this Sunday I was at church and the pastor was kind of speaking about like seasons and essentially like where we are in our season and recognizing that some seasons are good and some seasons aren't so good. But basically the message was about like how we deal with those seasons, regardless of if it's a really great season, staying, humble and down to earth or grateful, keeping that gratitude, or if it's a really low season and, those are very serious and, um, very hard, but at the same time, it's so much about mindset and like keeping that gratitude there too. So I was like texting Erica and I was like, this is so good because her and I have experienced so many seasons together. And we have just encouraged each other. We've tried all different things, maybe things that work and things that don't in seasons, but and I know we've had success, and then I know we've also failed. So I thought it was just so crazy, fitting for us to kind of speak on seasons.
I love seasons, and it's actually just kinda crazy, I'm thinking about it, we're literally, like, naturally switching seasons right now, so we just had that transition from summer to fall, and it's just like,
Yeah.
even nature has seasons, so, like, your situation, whatever you're in right now, like, it's going to change, you know? Um, so yeah, I mean
I think that's good.
yeah,
Like, maybe
mhm,
we can start there. Like, where, let's take a moment and kind of think about like, where are you in your season, guys? Like, we can kind of think too, like, where are we in our season? Like, what season are we in? Like, um is it a positive season? Is it a negative season? Is it a kind of mix of both? Because I know that like for me, you know, outwardly it's a really great season, but sometimes inwardly and mentally it's not. And that it could be vice versa too. Like some people have a lot of joy, but not a lot going on, or like there's a lot of different places that you can be. But the world is hard. It's really, really hard, and seasons are real. And I think it's just important to recognize like where you are first, and then like how you kind of talk through like how you deal with where you are.
yeah. I think it's important to note too, whether your season is positive or if it's negative, it's so important to actually just sit in your season. Um, Because a lot of times, especially when your seasons are negative or unfavorable, or you just kind of feel like, you're stagnant or you just don't know where you're at or
Mm,
whatever, so you can start feeling a little bit bad for yourself, or you can start wishing that you were in a different season. You could start just projecting for the next season. But it's so important to be present and to sit in your season because each season has a lesson.
yes.
So right now, I feel like I'm in a season of kind of like isolation. I don't get to see my friends as much. I
Mm,
don't get to see my family as much. Like I'm really in a season of learning how to be with myself and how to find hobbies and how to be self-fulfilled in a sense.
mm,
So before I actually came to this actualization, I was thought like, oh my gosh, I'm in a season of loneliness. Like this sucks. Like, oh,
mm,
woe is me, X, Y, and Z. But then I have to shift my perspective and be like, okay, I'm not in a season of loneliness. I'm in a season of self-discovery. This is a season where I'm not focused on anyone else but me. Because in past seasons where did have seasons of friendship and family, I couldn't really focus on myself because I was always pulled in so many different directions. So me shifting my perspective in my current season has really helped me, like, one, establish gratitude, which Desi said.
mhm.
Gratitude, whether your season is good or bad, is so important. And then two, it's just given me like I don't want to say complacency, but it's made me just learn how to sit and just let things happen and stop trying to control everything. And if you do believe in God, I just believe that sometimes through your seasons, like God just wants to drive the boat, like you could be I'm gonna give you an analogy of like you in a boat and it's storming and like you don't know which way to go. Like you're in the middle of the ocean, it's black. Like
Yeah,
you don't know where to go. So stop trying to control the steering wheel X, Y, and Z. God already knows where to go. He knows where the land is. So let God just drive the boat, and you'll get to your destination a lot faster than you being in the dark, not knowing what's going on, and trying to control everything.
that part. That is so good. So good and so true. And I love that, that analogy, and I love kind of speaking on perspective because it absolutely is like, in the gym you talk about mind over matter, like that's how you get through it, right? And then it's like in life it's literally the same. Like it's mind over matter. Like your whole world could be falling apart, but if you have that little bit of faith, that mustard seed, it's like you don't even know in that storm in that boat, if you just sit still, God has a whole like rainbow. The clouds are clearing an inch away, but you're over here freaking out. And, and that's exactly how life works. Like, and I always say that, like, just as much as, you can be in one place in 1 second, the next very second can be a completely different trajectory, in business and in personal, like in relationship, like you never know. And that's kind of what I look at, like looking at the glass half full rather than half empty in your seasons. And even if you have it varies, because if you have these really great seasons, that it doesn't matter, because you still have to look at yourself in a way where you like zoom out and you're like, okay, what is this lesson? Because like you said, every lesson I truly believe has, I mean, sorry, every season I truly believe has a lesson. And that's really what I try to look at. Like I've had really, really rough seasons. Like honestly, this past like quarter of life has been so tough. And I'm working a lot. A lot of clients and a lot of business and a lot of motion, but it's also like more money, more responsibility too. And that comes with a whole whirlwind of like mental craziness. So yeah, I just think that making sure that you're dealing with what's in front of you, your season, and making sure that you're sitting through it, making sure that you're hearing him and you're like, okay, what is it right now, that I need, instead of wishing it away, instead of like, oh, I can't wait until I'm here. I can't wait until I'm there. Like I remember when Ace was a baby, and I would be like, I can't wait till he can walk. But in reality, like I wasn't really thinking that, because my little baby is exactly what I wanted. But it was just little times where I'm like, I can't wait till he can feed himself, or I can't wait till I can sleep through the night and he sleeps through the night. Like, those little things where you're like, but wait, like, what was it that I needed to sit here and sit in? What was it that I needed to remember, the memories that you had? But in retrospect, I'm like, wow, like that really changed me, and that moved me, or that gave me this that I needed. And I just think those moments are so special. Those moments where you can be like, wow, like sitting in that, that's exactly what I needed to get here. And in my success, I know that I'll be able to look back and remember the times where I was just like drowning in stress or drowning in, whatever it is with work. But I'm like, I needed that to get here. So
Yes,
powerful.
that's so great. I promise I've been reading like a lot of self-help books this year, and one of the main common themes that each of them, say is just to stay present. By staying present in each moment, like it does wonders for your brain. If you should not be worried about the next hour, you shouldn't be worried about the next year, the next 5 years constantly. By staying present, it just really helps you just take in the moment because like those like you said those moments with Ace, you will never get those moments back, and or just your moments in general. And I was just going through back through my pictures and stuff, and I'm like, man, we don't realize how precious each moment is. So I feel like, no matter what your situation is, your attitude towards your life is
Mhm.
it's your determining factor of whether you're going to have a good season or a bad season, because you can be in a bad season
Mhm.
but your attitude's positive and you're just working through things, and it could be a completely different outcome than if you are in your bad season and you do have that nasty attitude. So I think we should touch a little bit on like what to do if you are in an unfavorable season, because I feel like right now a lot of people are stressed, inflation is up, bills, stress, life, I don't know, all of that good jazz. But what would you suggest, not to do in a season of
Yeah, I
difficulty?
remember this in the message too, like speaking on it. But he was kind of like, how do you savor that sweetness? Like, how do you savor your moment? That you're
Mhm.
at. But even if it's unfavorable, I honestly think if you are in an unfavorable season, reminding yourself, that's always been my forefront. Like, every time something terrible happened, like I remember waking up probably like 2, 3 weeks ago, and it was like boom after boom after boom after boom. Like as soon as I woke up, I had messages from, like something unfavorable or, whatever it
Mhm.
was. Or then I look at my bank account and something else happened, something else hit. And then something else, in the email, a bill pops up that I got to do too. And then my family's wanting something. And, it's just like, and then Ace gets sick or whatever it may be. It's like punch after punch after punch. And I think in that, what makes me be like, okay, you can take one. First of all, I tell myself one step at a time, one day at a time. Like, don't worry about next week, worry about your right now, or don't worry at all. But like, stay in your present moment. And then I also just say, like, remind myself again, like, Desiree, this is exactly what you need to get to that next step. Like these mistakes, these, things that are happening, that's what you need to be in that next step. Like, sit here, think about what this lesson is, because everything is a lesson. Your experiences, like all the things that you experience, shape you. So if you can think about it in that way, like, okay, what is this shaping right now? What lesson is in this right now? Just take the punches. I mean, it's hard, but it's like take the punches and know that they're for your good.
Yes, I love every
Yeah.
single one of those suggestions. They're all so good. And I would like to also add too is like when you're in those seasons where you can tell that your cup is empty, you need to fill yourself up. And
Mhm.
my ways that I fill myself up is just through like daily affirmations. So just affirming, even if I don't feel great in that moment, I'll affirm I am thriving. I am X, Y, and Z. Just to like literally prime your mind to automatically like, start thinking positive. And then secondly, journaling, like in those times too, I'm always going to tell you guys to journal every single time, sorry. But it's just so good to just release. And a lot of times too, when you're in an unfavorable season, you could, go tell your friends, your family, X, Y, and Z. And then next thing you know, the situation's even more bigger. So like keep
Yeah.
your seasons to yourself. I suggest journaling with that. And then also, like don't compare your season to anyone else's season. That's the easiest way to stay down is comparison. If you know you are in a sensitive season, say to yourself, you don't need to or limit your social media or whatever. If anything makes you feel bad, just stray away from that. But yeah, I think these are some really great suggestions. And going back to like when you are in a great season, like Desiree said, gratitude is everything, remain grateful as you even plan for the next season, and also just remain present, in those moments, and just take it in.
And it is helpful too to remember the past. Like, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I do all the time. Like, if I'm in a bad day or a bad moment, I'm like, Desiree, you've been in way worse. Like, think
Mm-hmm.
about that. Like, 5, 6 years ago, maybe, or even 10 years ago, you had
Yeah,
no say in your everyday, or you had, like, it was just, there's just so much that you can kind of think through to try to make yourself be like, okay, well, here you're here now. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. How much better you'll
exactly.
get, or how much better in a place you will be.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
Wow, that was so good. I actually needed this talk today.
I
I really
know
did.
too.
Seasons, seasons, seasons. Well,
I
actually, what's your favorite season? Like, I'm talking about weather.
Yeah, literally. I mean, I'm a summer baby, so
Okay.
I'm a July baby, so I love like summer in general. I just love being warm. I love like the sun on my skin, and like I don't know. I do like fall though too, because I do like running, but I like running outside. So when it's hot,
Okay.
I can't run it. Like when it's too hot,
Yeah.
like I'm not running ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love the fall because it's just like that perfect, vibe. I love the wind, a little bit of wind, the trees flowing. Like I like the look of fall. And I love the look of winter. Love the look.
Okay.
But I do not want
Yes.
to be in winter ever. Like I don't want my skin to ever touch cold.
Yeah,
That
I'm the
like
exact same way. All three answers,
yeah.
literally. I really just love fall. I mean, I'm a summer baby too, technically. So I love summer. That's my preference as well.
Mhm.
But I like spring too, in a sense. But fall, I feel like for outfits is the best. Like I love layering
Boots
tops
are
and boots,
favorite.
and yes, same,
Oh,
boots are my favorite too.
yeah.
So yeah, I love fall, which I'm so excited to see all of the like leaves transition and all of that right now. Like I'm like on cloud 10. You got the pumpkin season and
I
all of that.
know this is
It's
cute.
so great. It's so great. It's so great. But
Halloween.
yeah.
I am a super fan of like, traditions, like family things. Like I love like carving
Mm-hmm.
pumpkins, painting pumpkins, like
Yes.
all looks.
Pumpkin patches.
Yeah, pumpkin patches.
Yes.
Oh,
Like there's
the
so
smell of
much.
like the fall, like
Ah,
candles that they
candles.
come out with.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And then like, Thanksgiving season, Christmas season, like that's all at the end.
It's
And
yeah, it's a great time at the end.
it
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
is.
But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed today's episode. And we want to know what season you're in, or if you have any other suggestions for what to do when you're in good seasons or bad seasons. Definitely let us know. Before we end, of course, we're gonna make our wish. And yeah, just in case this is your first time, we like to close our eyes for about 30 seconds, make a wish for your seasons or for life in general, whatever you would like. Just close your eyes, make a wish, and let the universe make it make its way back to you.
It happened.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So three, two, one. Okay, cool.
That was long
Sorry,
because
I had a little prayer. I need to
no, I know.
this next season I needed a little extra
Yeah.
prayer, okay?
But hey, we're like with
Yes.
you right there. Like, yeah,
Yes.
need that.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you guys again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
Yeah. Also, shout out Dan Cummins of Georgetown. Oh, it's on this side. Um, Sponsor us.
Bye.
Bye.